What's up, fam? Friends, and the rest of y'all. I woke up bothered today. I'm kind of tired of the whataboutisms.
If you don't know what a whataboutism is, I'm going to explain it to you. A whataboutism is when person A brings up an issue that they're having a problem with and they would like it solved, but person B receives the issue and their response is, well, what about? And they say another problem. Well, that doesn't help person A solve their problem. So it's almost like you're using whataboutisms as the discussion process. This whole Black Lives Matter thing, and then you see someone else come out and say all lives matter. Well, two things can be true. A clock can be right at 12 o'clock a.m. and p.m., but the clock can also be broken at the same time. It can be right twice a day, or it's a broke clock. Both of those things are true. So two things can be true. So we need to understand the facts can be taken two different ways. Disciplining your kids, teaching them how to drive and all of that. Black people have to teach their kids how to drive and teach them about when you get pulled over. It's definitely going to happen. This is how you handle yourself. This is how you carry yourself. Comply, comply, comply. No matter what they do, we have to teach our kids when they get pulled over. This is what's going to happen. Where you might not have to teach your kids that. So if you don't, just because you're not experiencing it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist on this earth. So when you say all lives matter, yes, that is true. But what we're trying to say is, it seems like Black lives matter the least. So that's what we need to find some resolution with. Equality. It's not everybody else's life and Black lives. It seems like it's down here. Like there's some positive stuff, but it's not as positive as everybody else. I mean, we've endured a lot in this country. And then someone will say, well, we've endured too. Well, it is just not debatable the destruction we had to live through. We fought in the same war with other people to come back here and get treated like we weren't in the war. Colin Kaepernick kneeled down in the NFL and they switched it to a whataboutism. Well, what about the military? You're disrespecting the military. Well, my people were also in the military and they fought for the freedoms to come back here to have whites only water fountains, segregated cities and churches, educational systems. The judicial system was a little skewed to where we were going to jail just for walking down the street. There was times where you couldn't go outside at night down the wrong road or something was going to happen to you just because of the way you looked, not because of what you did. So when we talk about all lives matter, everybody else needs to see this point. We've been saw it, but we see that we having difficulty being treated equal. It's a whole can of worms that need to be opened up. Another thing is, when people put a connotation on race as a black or white thing, racism is not black or white. Racism is about a group of people thinking that their group is better than other groups. I'll give you an example of racism. Racism is when a Christian refuses to talk to a Muslim just for the simple fact that they're Muslim. That is also racism. We don't look at it that way though. We look at it as a Puerto Rican versus a Mexican or something like that. It's a group of people that think they're better than another group of people. Point blank. It don't matter if you're black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. If you think you're better than somebody else just because they from another culture or something, it's a problem with that. We all people. So it's not just black versus white. They try to use the connotation of racism as a black or white thing, or it's just your ethnic diversity that matters. It's more than that. Sometimes the way you think is the problem. if I think that my Wing Chun is better than your Taekwondo and we ain't never fought, there's racism in there. I think my style better than your style. I think boxing better than UFC. That's a racism. You think that your crew of people is better than that other crew of people just because of what they study or what they practice. That's racism. That's what we need to get out of.
Some black people think they're not racist. I ain't no racist. Well, check this out. Let me open up this box and see if you can look in this motherfucker. You get more street credit if you've been to jail, sold dope, or had to get in a couple of fights in your life. You get more street credit than if somebody was born in a suburban area. You don't get passes in the hood. You can't just come up in here. You ain't hood. You ain't from the hood. Now, why the hell would I take advice about life from a nigga that's in and out of jail all day long and been selling the same quarter ounce of dope since he was 18? You ain't came up none. But even in the black community, we look at each other different. You ain't hood enough for me, nigga. I ain't fucking with you. You ain't from the streets. Well, that's a damn good thing, ain't it? I ain't out here trying to rob and steal from other niggas. I thought that would be a good thing, but apparently in our hood, if you ain't from there, fuck you, pretty much. You ain't from here, you ain't been through what we've been through, and you don't even know the other dude. He might have had to go through hell being in that suburban area. Basically, we can't just be dependent on somebody else to do all the work. What you gonna do to better a situation? It's not always about what somebody else gonna do to better a situation. We all gotta be accountable for the shit. If it's a problem, everybody involved in that problem is accountable for the problem. One might be the culprit of how it got to this point, but we all are culprit of it being a point. So we all got work to do. That's it. All I'm trying to say is things within our community nobody else can help with but us. But globally, we need the other people to understand some things on their end where we all need to work together. But in the black community, there's some things that we can do ourselves. That we need to show more love in our communities, that's all. It shouldn't be about, oh, this cat from way over there, so fuck him. You know how many niggas get shot because they from the south side and they don't like these niggas on the east side? Dumb shit. It's just dumb shit. We got all this COVID shit going on and everybody trying to do the social distancing thing, and this nigga still shooting at this other nigga because his baby mama in between both of them. Like, just stupid shit. You don't get no credit if you ain't never been in a fight. Or if you got a degree, I think I'm better than you. Like, we got racism amongst ourselves. So damn sure ain't just a black and white thing. We need to help each other. This pointing the finger stuff, it just ain't it, man. Just ain't it. I don't judge a person by what job they got or how smart they are. I judge a person off their character and what they do. That's the key. What you do out here. Is you just about yourself? That's cool. But don't look at me another kind of way because I'm worried about other folks. Like, in our hoods, you could be considered not to be black enough. Hear it all the time. Like, I got white people in my family. I went to school in the hood. Left the hood, went to Catholic school. As soon as I went to a Catholic school, people started treating me different. But I'm still living in the same hood, so it just don't make no damn sense. I went to Ursuline and Struthers. Middle school was St. Edward's. Went to elementary at John White. Most of my niggas, I stopped talking to after John White because I just went to a whole nother side of town. But they look at me like, oh, you gonna leave us the fuck alone. Nah, that ain't it, man. I'm doing other shit. I ain't attracted to the damn streets. I ain't attracted to always looking over my shoulder because I did some shit and niggas looking for me. That's some dumb shit. So it's some shit in our hood. We need to get together ourselves, man. All this street credit passes and all of this shit. Nigga, if you're black, you should be welcome in this motherfucker. Maybe I'm coming to help you niggas get food or something, but you won't even let me in the damn community, and then when the motherfuckers turn their back on you, you want to say they sold out. It's not that they sold out. They don't even get treated by their people right. You just want to be treated right. So you're going to go wherever you get treated. If that's the suburban area where people act like they got more sense, that's where you're going to stay. That's all it is. It ain't even a dislike. I'm going where I feel more comfortable. I'm going where I feel safe. I'm going where I feel secure. That's all that matters. Everybody want to be treated with some respect and dignity. But niggas got ego issues where they just can't view nothing from no other view other than what they know. That's fine. That's all fine. You only know the hood perspective, so don't act like there are no other perspectives out there.
So we need to come together and look at it from everybody's eyes. I'm not one to just say all cops is bad or all white people jacked up. I got white people in my family. So it's not about black or white. Racism is a social destruct. It's socially destructive.